Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Scorpio January 8, 2023. Yesterday's full moon in your solar house awakened strong feelings about a partnership or financial matter. You might experience a moment of truth that motivates you to kick a bad habit and live a freer, more joyful life. Emotional discoveries can lead to important ideas and paths. The need to depend on someone or seek support can be in focus now. Financial, sharing, and ownership matters come to light. An epiphany about an intimate relationship can occur, or trust issues can arise. It's best to examine what comes bubbling to the surface today, but it's also a good idea to save big decisions for later. The full moon is peering your way and going to be putting you deep into your feelings. The lunation shines on Cancer, one of the most emotional, romantic, and sensual ones of all. You'll be feeling the desire to embrace union and connection on very sweet levels. This full moon also highlights your solar house of intimacy, sexual, and shared assets, so these themes will be very prominent in discussions in the days ahead, too. Use this energy to merge closer with your significant other and dissipate the boundaries between you. What do you feel empowered by? The last 6 months have been enlightening, as you may have questioned your security, intuition, and control. Listening to your gut feelings may have helped your process, especially when you may have considered financial opportunities and how to maintain your emotional boundaries in your work life. Now that the full moon in Cancer is here to bring an end to this cycle, focus on letting go of any emotional attachments that you may have to feel professionally and financially secure as you move forward. The moon's first visit to your financial sector for the year is creating the first full moon of 2023 today, with its clash with both the Sun and Mercury in your income sector helping to energize both sides of the financial fence. With all the planetary activity on the income side and the moon leaving tomorrow, this is giving money matters a much-needed boost and some much-needed attention. Keeping yourself in good shape is one of the things you can really be proud of. Your health is the sum total of all the time you put into keeping fit, eating right, and staying out of harm's way. Dedicate yourself to this noble effort now. Favor doing for yourself over doing for others when it comes to your health. What you do for yourself in regard to your own health will go much further than anything you can do for someone else. Sometimes trying to create a family that meets your ideals can be both unattainable and painful. It may be that the expectations you have for yourself and those are around you are set so high that they are almost impossible to attain. You may want to reconsider things and ease up. This day will give you an added boost and help you to form relationships that will last, as well as continue to develop. Yesterday's full moon in your financial sector is something that will always fall at some point during the Sun's month-long visit to your income sector, and as he always spends the first 3 weeks of 2023 there, it is not surprising that this is where it will fall. With no planetary activity in your financial sector, the side of the financial fence where the focus is more on what you do with and how you manage the money you have, pushback from the Sun can energize both sides of the financial fence. The moon's departure from your relationship sector is allowing you to move into Mars' final days in retrograde motion here, feeling more emotionally engaged. As the only visit while Venus, the planet of love, is in your communication sector, that has also made her new mission to give your heart and your relationships a voice a lot easier. Our eyes in the sky. Cancer moon brings all of its emotions to our consciousness. We are releasing old feelings as we move into a new year, and we could have a lot of tears to shed. It might hurt while we're doing it, but the process of letting go and managing one's heart means embracing such growing pains in order to move forward in life. You must react calmly to any jibes or provocation from the people you know. If you feel deceived, be careful in whom you confide. You tend to weigh each word too carefully and overreact to the slightest criticism. You should deal only with those who don't take your mood too seriously and know how to handle it. Resting will make you feel better. Personal relationships don't always run according to plan. Turbulent situations crop up again and again, requiring all your energy. Smaller arguments and conflicts seem to be pre-programmed. Keep calm and deal with this turmoil in a relaxed fashion. It doesn't have to be a spa package. If health is what you're longing for, even just a long hot bath, relaxing music, and a good book can do the trick. It's time for you to focus on your health and learn to weigh up healthy choices against the potential damage caused by overeating, alcohol consumption, and smoking. In the morning, the Cancer moon squares off with Chiron in Aries, forcing a confrontation with suppressed pain. We obviously don't want to go about our lives feeling weak or vulnerable. So, when we encounter triggering situations, we are more likely to bypass them, ignore them, or claim we will address them later when we are in a better place. The issue is that we cannot get to the better place without having the necessary confrontation. By putting it off, we continue to perpetuate the cycle of trauma. Today, acknowledge the wound. You may not be able to resolve it now, but at least you won't do yourself a disservice by sweeping it under the rug. You're feeling vulnerable and it is easy for somebody to mislead you, so be careful to avoid making any hasty decisions. It's certainly better to put your energies into things which give you pleasure but don't wear you out. Otherwise, unintended actions simply lead to you becoming weary and exhausted. Go along with any sympathetic suggestions your partner makes. Mid-afternoon, the Cancer full moon brings to fruition intentions set during the December 23 Capricorn new moon. The enterprising new moon brought goals for the new year into focus. Yet yesterday's full moon communicates that magic cannot be made manifest in the external world without equal priority being given to our emotional well-being. Self-mastery is not only about negotiating reality, but about listening to our intuition and instincts. At this time, we realize that our feelings are not a threat to our success. They are an invaluable barometer for personal safety and security while navigating experience. Yesterday's full moon asks us to return to our personal center, reminding us that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength. The moon additionally sextiles Uranus in Taurus, intimating that serendipitous encounters will facilitate important wake-up calls. Progress and advancement have different definitions depending on who we talk to. Ultimately, it is up to us to choose the path that will engender our own happiness, even if it is an unorthodox one. The moon also opposes retrograde Mercury, suggesting that reflection and introspection are a better use of our time than explaining our logic to others now. You owe no one an explanation for your choices.